he wants one more time at WrestleMania, and you never know where this is going to go because that's going to be John Cena's last hurrah.
Yep.
And maybe Cena gets involved in this whole bloodline angle too, and we wind up seeing The Rock against John Cena.
Now, look, there were recent reports, speaking of the bloodline, that The Rock was not going to be at WrestleMania 2025. And reports had suggested that his schedule was too busy, and The Rock labeled those rumors as, quote, bullshit.
Oh,
The
why don't you be a little more direct?
The misinformation was reported in several places, including the Wrestling Observer newsletter, which we were just talking about a couple of those guys a minute ago. It to me is I can't imagine we'd get to WrestleMania without The Rock, and as involved as he is with that company, I can't imagine he would miss WrestleMania because it's what's best for business for that company, is it not?
Absolutely. And I think, his schedule with movie making and everything, I think that he's going to try and work around that and make something happen for WrestleMania because he wants one more time at WrestleMania, and you never know where this is going to go because that's going to be John Cena's last hurrah.
Yep.
And maybe Cena gets involved in this whole bloodline angle too, and we wind up seeing The Rock against John Cena.
Yeah, I do not want to see that again. I'm sorry. I just don't. Maybe there are fans out there who want to see Rock and Cena again.
Yeah,
I'm just not one of those people. Teddy?
That guy behind me might want to see it.
No, that's not something you want to see.
That's not one I want to see either. And no disrespect to, to either one
Me
of them.
either.
But that just, I don't know.
Yeah. I don't think that'd be a good use of The Rock's schedule or John's schedule. And I'm hoping that John goes out, on his back, helping somebody get over.
Yeah, but wait a minute. Can you imagine, now neither of you want to see that match, but can you imagine the hype in the real legit media of Dwayne Johnson against John Cena with people that don't even know it happened before?
Well, some people who may not know what happened before see what John Cena looks like today versus how John Cena used to look like 10, 15 years ago. And some of these people now see him in comedy roles and he kind of plays a goof in a lot of things. I don't think it'd be that big of a deal, really.
It's still two major Hollywood superstars in real life coming to blows.
The Rock is a Hollywood superstar. I don't think John is.
Well, I'm mid-card superstar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Teddy, how'd you like the comment from The Rock? I noticed you got a good laugh out of that for his comment about he wasn't going to be there and the quote being BS.
I just want to know, please tell us how you really feel.
Yeah. He didn't deny that too much, didn't he?
You think you know all the wrestling stories? There's more you haven't heard yet. Join us on Backstage Pass.
Look here, the Viking Raiders are back. That's good news for WWE. Of course, now they're known and returned to their name, the War Raiders. Wasn't that, Bill, their original name of them?
I believe so, yes.
The War Raiders. And for those of you who weren't aware of it, Eric and Ivar returned. It's been a full year since they've been on WWE TV, and they had to break up as a team because Eric had suffered a foot injury, and Ivar continued working and kind of wrestled a lot in the NXT brand until he suffered an injury. So they both were out, but now they're back, and these two guys are just incredible. Just monsters in the ring. They're fun to watch. Bill, I know you've mentioned, I think it was Ivar before, you've talked about that you like a lot, right?
Yeah. Well, to be honest with you, now that they're repackaged again, they both look really intense, and without that Viking shtick, I think we fans now are going to take them a lot more seriously. So I want to see, the one thing that's missing in WWE is a steady tag team division. I want to see the WWE build up a tag team division, and these guys could, at the beginning at least, go to the top of the heap. Remember when WWE had all these healthy tag teams?
Yes.
Where did it go?
Teddy, isn't it? I've always heard that Vince wasn't a big fan of tag team wrestling. Have you ever heard that before?
No, I didn't ever hear about him not liking tag teams.
Yeah, I'd always heard that he just wasn't a fan of tag team wrestling, and that's why we didn't see it much on WWE. It kind of faded away, but I've always enjoyed it.
Who are your individual favorite tag teams? If you can go out and it could be a past tag team, who is the tag team that both of you just were like, man, they were the best, or they are the best?
Yeah, Doom was definitely one, Teddy. Yes. And the other one, the Road Warriors.
Oh, yeah.
Those were the two teams right there that and Teddy and I just talked about this recently. That, it's those two teams. They were legit tag team ass-kicking people. And you don't see that anymore, Bill. You're correct. And I like to see more of that steady, true tag team instead of the thrown-together tag teams. I don't like that. I don't like when you mix this guy with this guy and we call them tag team.
No, it doesn't work. Bring back the Fabulous Kangaroos.
Or the Freebirds.
Or the Freebirds, a new version. New version.
Teddy, I know you love tag teams. Were there, outside of Doom, who else did you really like that were tag teams during, especially, even you've been through it for so many years and so many areas of the world when it comes to WWE and WCW, so you've seen many of them.
Well, Rock and Roll Express was
Yes.
Great tag team. We worked
Robert,
with them.
I'm sorry, I forgot that.
And also the Midnight Express. We had worked a lot with them.
Yeah.
I also had another tag team. It was God rest his soul. It was Ice Train and Scott Norton, Fire and Ice. Yeah. They were good together.
And what about Tully and Arn?
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Oh yeah.
And the original Anderson brothers too. When you know their teams now. Go ahead, Terry. I'm sorry.
No problem, man. Like you were saying, Ole and Gene, and then you had Ivan Koloff, Ivan and Nikita. You know what I mean? They were.
See, this is what's missing.
Yeah, I was about to say, Teddy, now before you stop, let me ask you, of today's wrestling or current wrestling in the last 10 years, name some tag teams. It's not as easy, is it? No, and that's what your point is, Bill. We don't have those tag teams anymore, and those were names that you just mentioned, every one of them legendary names that should be Hall of Famers if they're not. These are names that we don't get anymore.
Think about this, when Brothers of Destruction, Kane and The Undertaker.
Yeah, that was true, but they didn't maintain that tag team. And
you know what? If I was still with the magazines, I did the ratings. We used to do the top 10 tag teams. I would have trouble doing the top 3 at this point.
Oh, I would too. Yeah, because the names don't stand out. And because, like I said a while ago, they throw teams together that don't last but a month or two, and then they break up and do their own thing.
Like I've always said, and Bill can agree, our business has certainly changed. We moved into basically more of the entertainment source now, and so that's kind of where we're going.
Yep.